Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I have a video about how I made this little guy out of trash for my ceramics and sculpture class, since we are doing online schools now because of the COVID-19. So if you want to see how I made him, then you can stick around and watch the video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Like I said, I'm going to be making this sculpture out of trash because we're doing online school now, so that's so fun. I just first started out by using my heat gun on like the lowest or second lowest heat setting that there was, and I also used a silicone glove, and I will be using silicone finger protectors that my mom just had laying around in her craft room to help protect me from the heat. And I'm just squishing this tea bottle down to make the torso of my alien, and then I'm going to be using my Dremel to carve out these little, like, I wanted them to be like ribs kind of in the torso, and I didn't really know what bit to be using or like attachment, so I had to try like 2 or 3 before I figured out which one was gonna work the best for me. And if you guys recognize this tea bottle, I forget what brand it's called, but their plastic is so hard, and it was super hard to cut these little holes out, and the bit got very hot at some points, and it was kind of annoying because it like fell out of the Dremel like 2 or 3 times, and then I had to wait for it to cool down, which was probably bad, but it's okay. So if you have seen my past ceramics video, that's what this class is for. Or that's what this project is for. It's for my ceramics and sculpture class, and we would have been making jugs with faces on them, where we would have picked like different facial expressions to do, but now we're doing online classes, so our teacher is giving us just like these fun little projects that we can be doing to get some points and credit for the last quarter of school. So our first project was transformation aliens, and we just had to make trash into an alien, and it had to have like appendages, so like legs, arms, a head, a tail, stuff like that. I think I'm going to end up painting this in a part 2 because I kind of like it. I really hate the legs, so I'm definitely gonna probably rip those off. You'll see them later on in the video, but I don't like them, but they were required. So if I'm gonna keep this sculpture that I worked so hard on, we're gonna rip those bad boys off, and I'm gonna paint it with some gray paint that I have, and I'm gonna try and make it look cool. I might add some more hot glue details onto the rib cages. You'll probably see me do that later in the video, but yeah. So here I am just finishing up the holes on its little ribs, and I didn't show you the back because I didn't think you would want to watch me redo it again. And here I'm making triangles out of some thin water bottle plastic, and then I'm going to glue them onto that odd spiky shape there in the back left hand corner that I just picked up. And now you can actually see what I'm doing, but I'm just hot gluing it on to a like cone shape of water bottle. I forgot to start recording when I first did it, but basically I just rolled a thin piece of plastic into like an ice cream cone shape, and then started in the middle with the same type of triangles that I showed you I was cutting out. And then once I filled up the inside of the cone to like my preference, then I started on the top outside, and I'm just working my way down. But yeah, one mistake that I did is I put the hot glue on the triangles, but it was a tad bit too hot, so it would make it curl, and then the plastic triangles would start to curl, and then it would try and pop off of the head that I was making. So if you want to do this and avoid that, put it on the head and then put the hot glue on what you're doing, and then add the thin plastic onto it, and that will help avoid melting and curling and stuff. I didn't show putting the head on, but I basically just hot glued that bad boy on there, and I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh, I'm trying to make a hand, but I don't end up using it for that, but I do use it in the tail. I'll put it on the tail later. You'll see that. It looks pretty neat. So that's basically the same thing that I did with the head, but it's a lot smaller. And you see that band-aid on my finger? That's because the Dremel sliced my finger open, and it felt really nice. Okay. Now I'm making the arms out of some McDonald's straws, and the only drink that I'll ever get from McDonald's is their sweet tea, because it tastes like straight sugar, and it's really good. Kind of makes my stomach hurt because, like, that's a lot of sugar, but it's okay. It's worth it. Nummy. And I'm just hot gluing those on. So I knew in my head that I only wanted the torso, so that's why I made the arms like this, so it kind of looked like he was like propping himself up, because I knew I was gonna tear the legs off after this project, because I really liked him. I really wanted to paint him. My sub said to don't go heavy with the paint, so I just ended up not painting him, because I was like, why paint him at all if I can't do what I think will look best, you know? So sometimes you just gotta do that. And now that I have submitted it already, I can use my creative brain on it. These are gonna be the legs. I just took some more straws and hot glued them together, trying to make them look like legs. They did not hold him up, and that is the main reason that I made the tail. Yeah, so that was pretty fun. I just cut some straws up. This project was really hard for me to like think of. Like, I had no idea what to do. I was super stressed out about what to do for this project, and I was not very happy. But then once I started, I finished this whole thing in one day, and we had a week to do it. Yeah, it was fun once I started. It was just a big roadblock, considering that I hadn't been in school for like 2 weeks. A lot of hot glue was used on this project, but that's okay. And now I'm just hot gluing the legs on, and they look horrible. I hate them. But you know, it's a requirement, so we're gonna do it, okay? But yeah, keep a lookout for part 2, because I am gonna paint him, and I will put it up in the eye, up there once it's posted. Because what else am I gonna do in quarantine? Just let him sit there by himself? All naked? This is fabric and some like floral or wreath wire, so it's bendy, but it's also like plasticky at the same time. And I'm just using the seam of this leftover fabric from a project that I did, and that will also be up in the eye if you want to go watch that once it's posted. And I'm just wrapping it around this bendy plasticky wire, and this is the hand that I was gonna use and then ended up not using because it was very ugly, but I like it on the tail. It looks pretty cute, so I put it on there. And then I did add some more little spiky triangles to it, just to make it a little bigger and more, yeah, more spiky, I guess. It kind of reminds me of those dinosaurs with the things on their tails. I don't know what they're called, but yeah. You know what I'm talking about though. And then I just finished hot gluing this on there, and I just wrapped it up. And then after that, cooled off some. I bent it the way I wanted it. That's why you gotta use the bendy wire, or else it won't support him. And then I hot glued it onto his back. Gave it some more hot glue. Probably used like 10 pounds of hot glue. And this is how it looked. I hope you guys enjoyed and come back next week.